So just doing a rear shock absorbers on my E93 330D. It's a pre-LCI version. The car has been really bouncy, and I've taken a look at it, and shock absorber on this side has been the one. You can see there's this looks like there's fluid been leaking out of it. The bump stops pretty much look knackered, squashed. So the first step I've taken, I've put the jack underneath, because I'm working on both sides. Now when you do these, you do them in pairs, so regardless if only one's faulty, you do change both sides if it's front or back. So I'm doing both. Now I've jacked it right in the middle and put axle stands on the suspension arms there. What I'll be doing is taking out these covers, so these will get removed. I'll have to take this mount off. The bolt for the shocker, which is where that goes. There's going to be a bolt just up there, and then this will all come out once I've removed the bolts on the bottom. So it's a fairly straightforward job. What I do want to do first is just make sure I've got the right bits. So a simple measure up with the new shock absorber to the old one. I'm just vaguely looking at it. It does look like it should be fine. I can't exactly measure it up properly because there's not enough space to do so. Yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, let's see how we get along. The first thing to do is take this mount off. It's got two 13mm bolts, one just there, one just there. There's a cover that's on top. Take the cover off, take the mount off, and it lets you remove this carpeted piece. So for the next bit, what we want to do is get to this bolt just under here. So this is part of the wiring loom. I'm not actually taking this whole plastic cover out, but I do have to move it out of the way. So I've loosened it up and things, and then underneath there is this rubber grommet-y thing, which covers that hole there. That's where the bolt is, which holds on the top mount. So I've removed that bolt. I'll show you on this side. So there's the cover. You can literally just pull it out. It does have an arrow on it. Just remember which way that arrow goes. So that's pointing towards the quarter panel at the back. And then got that bolt there. That bolt is a 16mm. Now in order to get to that, obviously there was a mount here, and there's a whole bunch of covers which I've taken off. Once we've removed that bolt there, then we can get on to taking it off from the actual suspension at the bottom. So we've got the shockers back on. Something I forgot to put in is I've obviously replaced these bump stops. This top part of the bit that sits at the top of the bump stops, there was a lot of rust and crud in there, and I had to literally chisel it all out. Used a wire brush, hammered it, used a mallet. This is all the stuff that's come out of it. So I scraped it and things, and just to make sure it sits flat. So I've then put that back in. There's a little guider that sits on top of this mount that you have to obviously make sure you don't lose that. That goes back on top. And then I put new dust covers in, which came with my bump stops. I would definitely advise doing those, and I would definitely advise as well, if you can, get the top and lower mounts, new ones as well. So this one just up here, and there's one at the bottom, potentially. I mean, mine were fine, but it's just worth doing. Now in terms of putting this back in, what you want to do is, what I found easiest anyways, pushing the shocker actually and compressing it, and then lining up the bottom piece, so the 17mm bolt down there, lining that in, and then as this is lifting up, guiding it in to the top. And then I would say tighten up the bottom nut, not fully tight, obviously just secure enough, a few threads on, maybe half on, and then do the same with the top bolt, and then you know it all fits, it's back in place, and then tighten up all the system, put everything back together and take it for a spin.